But let us talk about the script as the star. See, it's not something new. As long as I've been in the industry, which is over 3 decades now, people always said the script is the most important thing. And everyone pays certainly lip service to script. Everybody wants to find a good script and make a good script. The hard part is how do you judge a good script? Because writing a good script is one art, but then to recognize something that's original also takes a special kind of talent. Otherwise, the writer is confronted with "Kuch naya likhiye," and then he writes something original and says, "Never been done before." And this is a no-win situation. So my point is, let me start with you, Vikram. What's your criteria for judging a good script? A good script can be marketed in 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's a script by itself.
So your criteria is that if I can sell this script in 30 seconds on TV in a promo, it is likely to be a good script. Right.
Okay. Can I ask Umesh something straight away?
Umesh?
You made Oh My God, and that was based on your play Kishan versus Kanhaiya. Did you really make this film because the play was a success and so you got the confidence that there is an audience for this kind of subject? Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, it wasn't like that. But do you think Akshay coming into the film is what allowed it commercially to be made in the first place? So you needed a star despite the content being okay, script being okay, you still needed a star. You mean instead of the script, the star does the grabbing in 30 seconds?
I'd like to turn to Sunil and ask that all these films that have been successful this year, the unusual ones, Vicky Donor, Gangs of Wasseypur, Oh My God, Kahani, is it just that we are living in this time where times have changed and these stories become acceptable, or would these stories have been acceptable at any time? Is it just the novelty of the story that makes it work and would have made it work at any time? Or is it specific to the state in which our society is today?
Basically, the audience are receptive to accept the new trend of movies. And that's the reason they are ready to accept the unconventional movies. And based on the completely content-driven, though it might open less on the first day because it doesn't have a star pool or it's not been marketed into a proper way. But still, I believe with the strong word of mouth, which plays a very important role to drive the box office success for a great content, like example like Wiki Donor, English, as well as Kahani, now recent cases, Special 26 also. These are all like, if you see day one, oh my God, and all this, day one is like 3 crore 85 lakhs, oh my God. But it ended with 84 crore. Nobody will think first day is 3 crore 85 lakhs, which must be the lowest figure of the first week. And if you see the Thursday ending must be more than the 3 crore 85 lakhs at the reduced ticket prices. Because weekends has a different ticket pricing and the weekdays has a different ticket pricing.
Shekhar, you are doing something very risky right now because you have turned filmmaker, you are producing your own film.
I'm elated because of that.
You're elated.
I'm elated because I'm
elated
now
that
being
you've
suddenly
taken a big
referred to
risk.
as a filmmaker.
Great.
But I think before we start this debate, I really want to salute all the filmmakers, and no offense meant to them at all, who have successfully churned out films year after year without a script.
Okay. Yes.
And that has happened in our industry. So we are actually sitting here discussing scripts.
Yes.
But there has been no script. I remember in my first film, Utsav, that I was working, I actually had something which is so rare called a bound script.
Okay.
Right? Thereafter, many movies that I worked, including the one that I worked with Ravina, is like when I reached the set, script? What script? Write it yourself. You like this line? Incorporate it. You know? Ravina doesn't like this. Change it. You know, and so we had a new script born every day, and we still survived, and Ravina has given so many hits, and you know, so you know, it goes to our credit that we can survive without a script.
So
you can imagine, if you have a script, which is like what you're saying. What is the definition of a good script? One which is copied first. You know, it's the first mover's advantage till people catch on.
Right.
You know, so any film that you would, they say all you know, only fools are originals. Okay, so every film has been taken, every script that has been taken from here or there, till somebody catches you. You are an original, right? Like, you know, with due respect to him, that this film, oh my God, is a beautiful film. It's taken from a play, a Gujarati play, which has actually been taken from an Australian film called The Man Who Sued God. Right?
Is that right, Ramesh? Yeah, correct.
So now we have to find which inspired the original film. You know, The Man Who Sued God. And then we'll sue them all. But yes, I think, you know, to me, according to me, a good script is something that engages you. In whichever genre you're talking about, you know, it's a 2-minute theory is absolutely bang on. But I think, you know, grandmas, you must have the grandma skill of telling a story for hours and yet hold your attention. So if a 2-hour story is that, you know, if every scene has a dramatic turnaround, something else to save the story is moving, there are surprises, there are the expect the unexpected kind of thing, then yes, of course, you got a great script.
So have you got that coming up in your Heartless?
I would imagine so. I would, you know, I think, you know, there are no, you know, hard and fast rules about like getting the correct script till it is released. And then, you know, whether, you know, if everybody had the formula, then nobody will go wrong with the scripts. But yes, I'm trying out a different genre, which is the medical thriller, which nobody has heard of. So probably that novelty of the script or the idea where I deal with something called anesthesia awareness, probably would interest the audience. And as I said, if anything new and interesting and engaging and compelling is there, and if people like the narrative, then yes, of course, you have succeeded.
Let me just share with this audience the fact that, because many outside the industry may not know, but one of the things that used to always puzzle me when I entered the industry many years ago was why nobody had scripts. They would come and give you the most detailed narration of the script, and God forbid if you forgot that narration, because you would never get that narration again. And I said, but why haven't they put this in a script? And there was two reasons for it. One, that because films are sort of shot on the installment plan, 5 days this month, 6 days that month, 3 months later, another few days, that's the way finance was given. Dates were doled out by major actors. And the fear was that by the time the film got finished, if there was a script and somebody got hold of it, somebody would copy it and make it quickly and cheaply. And since everyone thought this was the best idea in the world, they didn't want to risk the idea going out. So that was one major factor against writing a script. The other was that, say, Shekhar and I are in a film, and they come to narrate the film to Shekhar. They tell it to him in a way whereby it's his film. They come to me and narrate it to me as though it's my film. And they go to Raveena and then narrate it as though it's her film. So everyone thinks this is my film because it's interpreted afresh in each narration. And so the danger was if you put it in a script, you then commit what actually happens. And this would lead to a lot of disagreements on set and many fights on set because aapne to kaha tha ye aisa, anyway, that went on. So that was, but now that, the economics of the industry are starting to change dramatically, a lot of the young people do believe in scripts. Films are being shot start to finish. I am certainly seeing far more scripts around in the industry. Not many of them reach me these days, but they are around and I see them. But Raveena, what's your experience in terms of the proliferation of scripts as a phenomenon, a bound script?
And have you ever received a bound script to this day?
First and foremost, I think we should cut and save, our own industry a little bit of flack. Because ultimately, let's all face it, you, me, him, both of them, we all belong to the same industry. And we have evolved, and trust me, it is still the best industry in this whole city, which is keeping this city alive and probably this country alive globally.
Oh, we love the industry.
So let's face that.
We love the industry,
and
no question.
Undoubtedly, so I would like to save this very industry a lot of flack and start with, like what Kabirji said. I do agree with him that there were many reasons. First and foremost, of us not being organized by this so-called thing of let's have a bound script. Yes. Absolutely, like he would be the hero when the producer would be narrating to him, and then when the role would come to me, I would be the hero because my death scene would be better than his. So that would change according to actors. But then, every industry in this country towards, now when we are seeing this generation of, younger directors, smarter, evolved directors who are globally aware. They're seeing different kind of cinema. They're seeing, they're traveling world over. It's not one little production company that started in a village and this boy came from one village and said, "Main bade hoke Dharminder banunga." That has been the evolution of our industry. See where we've come from. We've come from a grassroots level. So you can't suddenly say, 20 years ago it was laughable because we didn't have bound scripts. Obviously, that was not going to happen because that guy came from some little village from somewhere in Gujarat and dreamt of making collected little money, making a film, collected little money and made a film. Didn't go to some, Los Angeles school of filmmaking where they've decided that we will make bound scripts. Today, yes, according to me, script is king. Content is king, and that is what it works. I'm married to a distributor, so when everyone, Vadha is smiling there, he knows. So when now I have learned with experience, there are times when even I get a good script in my hand, and first thing I do is I run it through with my husband. And then when he tells me, okay, this is marketable, and this is not, and this is what's going to work, and this is not, don't care who the actors are. Nowadays, some of your so-called super-duper stars, also the kind of money that they take, they can't bring in that kind of money on the first day either. So, ultimately, it's your content, it's the director, and who's the captain of the ship, and that's how, according to me, is how it flows.
But Bharti, somewhere I read a very interesting line that says, in today's times, audience is the king, and content is its concubine. Yeah, so the audience decides eventually.
That has always been true. That has always been
true. And
you
never know what the king wants to do.
What the king wants. So you have to be servile towards that king. And sometimes a good script works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes without a script it works, which is great. What I think is that we have the talent to actually make a film work without a script. I think.
No. Even in times when no scripts were written, we were still the biggest film industry in the world. So we were doing something right.
Absolutely.
In a big way.
And now with the script in hand, with bound scripts, and with films like what you were mentioning, Vicky Donor and Gangs of Wasepur and Oh My God and Barfi, and all those kind of films where content has actually become the king. When you go to see Vicky Donor, you don't really take into consideration who are the stars in the film. You just want to go and see it because it seems interesting. And so it just followed as a natural corollary that the film about sperm donation has actually given birth to a lot of these not-so-traditional films.
Okay. I wanted to ask Vikram something. Vikram, if we talk of script being and content being king, where does 3D come in? Because you see, you use a lot of 3D, and you have been using it for Haunted, you used it for Raz, you used it for one more film, Dangerous Ishq. Does it enhance a good script, or does it work by itself as one of the drawing points?